Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. The COVID 19 Chinese born virus is still here with its full intensity. People are getting infected, they are being killed by this deadly virus. From today, the schools are being opened. 50% staff will be there and 50% attendance of the students would be there with all guidelines or SOPs in place. Dear students, you have to follow all the SOPs while when you enter in the school premises. Dear students, because life is of first importance and you should give first importance to life, then the rest of the things that are supporting the life. Dear students, now it would be a physical classroom teaching to some extent, and we will discuss the things about your career there, about your academic calendar. But the virtual mode shall be on because it's up to the parents whether they would send their children to the school or not, because pandemic is putting pressure, heavy pressure on the entire globe, and J&K is never an exception. Dear students, class 12th subject political science. Today we are dealing with the liberation of Goa, an important topic in your political science. Dear students, the process of annexation of Goa was carried on by the Republic of India in 1961. It was the armed action on Goa, Daman and Diu to annex or to liberate Goa from the Portuguese rule. Dear students, Goa, Daman and Diu was under the Portuguese rule for a long time, about 451 years. So in December 1961, the Indian Republic carried out a military operation there to liberate Goa, Daman and Diu from the Portuguese rule. The military action was carried on there. It involved land air strikes for 36 hours, and engagement was there for about 2 days. In the same military operation, two Indians and 30 Portuguese were killed. In India, this process is viewed as the liberation of Goa or annexation of Goa, where the Portuguese called it invasion on Goa. In December 1961, the Portuguese rule came to an end in Goa, and the Goa was, when it was liberated from the Portuguese rule, it was placed under the military administration of Kunhiraman Palat Candidate on 8th of June 1962. This rule was, this military rule was replaced by a civil government when the Lieutenant Governor Kunhiraman Palwat Candidate nominated 29 consultative members to run the administration of the newly part, that is Goa. Dear students, in India, this whole process was viewed as and called as the liberation of Goa, where the Portuguese called it invasion on Goa, and they viewed it as invasion on national soil and national citizens. Dear students, the operation was code named as Operation Vijay. It was a decisive victory because 451 years old rule was overthrown by India by this operation named as Operation Vijay. Dear students, the Portuguese called it aggression, not any liberation of Goa. It called the aggression on part of India where military action was taken, the harsh military action was taken, and it was the highest deployment of military there, military armored force there. 36 hours air strike, land strike was there, in which I have already told you that 30 Portuguese were killed and two Indians also lost their life. And from different angles, this process was viewed. The Portuguese called it invasion on Goa, Daman, and Diu, and it was also viewed by them as the invasion on national soil and national citizens. But from the Indian point of view, it was simply to end the Portuguese rule there, and they called it the liberation of Goa. In 1961, this process was done, or this annexation was done by 8th of June 1962. The Goa was placed under the military administration, and finally, this military administration was replaced by the civil government there. Dear students, this all about the liberation of Goa. But before leaving the class, I am advising you, it's a short description of the liberation of Goa because we are resting on 2G. Inshallah, we will discuss the liberation of Goa in the classroom now. Till then, it is enough for you. It is the flashes through which you can prepare a note on it. And if you write only the things what I mentioned in the video, if this question is asked in the board examinations, it will fetch almost the equal weightage of the marks what is given to the question. But before leaving the class, I am advising you from today it is partial opening of the schools. 50% staff would be there and 50% attendance of the students would be there. And when you enter in the school premises, you must follow all the SOPs in letter and spirit. But it's up to the parents whether they would send you this to the, to you to the school premises or not, because pandemic is moving around and you have to care for your lives first, and the second importance is to your academic career. Dear students, do follow the SOPs before entering in the schools. Have a face masks, have sanitizers with you, because cleanliness and the face masks is a remedy or a medication to keep this virus at the bay. Thanks. Be balanced.